Oh yeah, what's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal?
Same deal as it always is, Richie the King. The King. Now he calls himself the King. King of what, dog? You never explain. King of what? I am the King. I don't switch.
Oh yeah, what's going on out there? What's going on? I don't want to hear no junkieism today. What's the deal? What's good out there? What's going on, Eddie? I think I heard Eddie out there. Who else I heard out there? 225. I heard 2x4. I think I heard 4 out there. Oh yeah, let me know when I gotta hit that switch. Let me know.
Come on, Air Force. Burger King got down.
Uh-oh, don't mention that word Burger King. Don't mention Burger King and McDonald's. You got a toothless, hungry junkie out there.
Vehicles over 12-foot warning. Exit alternate route.
It's slightly nice this morning, man. We gotta kill him with kindness.
Let's be nice to Richard. Richard doesn't have long to go, man. He came clean in his last video saying that he's going to be living in the back of McDonald's. So it sounds to me like he's hinting to us he's getting evicted. I'm going to be nice to you, Richard.
That's right. Kill him with kindness, man. That's what my CB psychiatrist told me. Yo, you really want to make his day? And make him happy, man? Just let me roll. Hey, try to talk radio. Hey, let's talk radio, Richie. Let's talk radio. I want to ask you a question, Richie. Hey, Richie, if you were to sit in front of Enforcer's radio, would you be able to operate it? How about that crazy? Oh, yo. Well, he had to grab it. I want you to answer the question.
Answer the question, Richard. Simple question.
Oh, you can't answer the question? You turn the radio on out of whack, you turn it on frequency and all that, and he said, here, sit in front of this and operate it. Do you think you can do it? You're asking difficult questions, sir. There will be no reply. Yo, you stumped him, man. You stumped him. He's stuck. I think he might have dropped his L.
Well, right now he's scratching his head thinking about that question.
I got a question for you, Enforcer. The bandwidth spread on that radio, how big can you open it up to? Can you open it up to a meg or 5 meg or 10 meg?
As far as what? As far as the frequency? The given frequency you're on?
No, the span. How big can you open up the span?
Oh, the scope you're talking about.
No, the scope, the spectrum span.
The span itself, or the spectrum, the scope, or the span on the scope, or just in general?
No, the frequency span.
Good question. I'm not sure. I got to look into that. I'm not sure.
You know, I'm trying to say, like, can you open it up so it'll see 1 megahertz, so that you can see the actual, how can I say, you can see the first and second harmonics on certain people's radios. Some people got more than first and second, they got a lot of harmonics, you know what I mean?
No, I know exactly what you mean. Your question's pertaining to the span of the scope. I'm not sure. Well, I know I can expand it when I hit span. And you can do it through the front of the radio. Or they have divisions right here. I'm not sure. I got to look into that. But I do know that you can expand it to a certain point. I don't know how many megahertz it would be. But I got to get back to you. That I'm not sure of. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, that's a lot of radio right there, man. There's a lot of shit to learn,
Oh, the thing is, it's easy. That's the deception. It's not hard. I actually operated this radio without even looking at the manual. That's how, even though it's complex as far as features, as far as function set, it's very easy, man. And most of the time, I'll be guilty at this, that I don't look at manuals. The only time I actually had to go into the manual is deleting the transmit transmit playback. Once I got it in memory, I couldn't delete it without. I had to just refer to the manual. That was the only thing I had to refer to. Other than that, the radio operation of it is pretty straightforward. I mean, for the typical person, it might get a little confusing, but I'm accustomed to these HF radios. So, but this radio is, as you already know, it's in a class of its own. It's with the direct injection type front end. It's pretty unique, but the span, I got to look into that. I don't want to just throw in a figure out there until I'm exactly sure. But I know you can expand it. I could hear or visually see people several channels away. So, as far as what would that be as far as megahertz? That I can't answer, but I know not only harmonics, I can see direct activity on other frequencies. But it has a limited bandwidth, obviously, because it is what it is. Its functionality is it's effective, but it's not a pure SDR design like say a Flex Radio, where you would have a greater expansion capability.
Yeah, I think the only thing, Roger, I was just curious. I want to read into that rig. I was looking at the other one, too. I think it's a 6310. I like that rig. Cincinnati suggestion, I don't think you understood. I asked you another question, too, before you get too rough and stuff out of here. As far as the injection like that, did you, I believe it's like a runner, did you do it? Injection. That's what I do best.
Now, could Richie answer the question? Richard, could you operate this radio if it was in front of you?
Don't worry, Doug. We'll get you a big rib. Oh, you don't miss the Enforcer? Hey, Enforcer, did you do the Mars cap, or did you have it done when you bought the radio? The owner's manual? No, I don't think I could. I'm not a ham operator.
I didn't do it, but it's a simple procedure. I had it done when I got the radio. I'm not gonna lie, but it's a very simple process. This radio and its bigger brother. The radio, the bigger brother to this, it requires 3 diodes. This requires 2 as far as expansion and so on and so forth for the Mars cap. This one requires a removal of just 2 diodes. The bigger brother requires 2 for TX and 1 for receive. So it's not difficult. I figured, you know what, let them do it, No big deal. It would have took me less than 5 minutes. But, yeah, it's a very easy mod.
The whole lot of answer the question. Yeah, that's why I'm asking. The whole lot of radio out there is too much work, Ray, too much work. Already gone in a $1,500 radio or a $3,000 radio. I really don't feel like putting a soldering gun in it because you make one wrong step, So Yo, dog, man, what's with the audio, man? He's down in the mud, man.
Don't tell the dog that. Don't tell the dog that his radio's not up to par, that he doesn't have that pristine audio. Richard don't want to hear that.
Well, he's being told, man. I'm being honest. He's being told it's just down in the mud. Quiet chair. And a quiet chair. And a quiet chair. Also, I like to share there, Enforcer. Well, last week I was talking to you, saying you were seeing a discrepancy in the frequency. What you're seeing on the scope is actually the VFR windup. Same thing with Crazy Eddie. If you want to do a funny test, if you want to do a weird test and see, you can see the VFR windup. If you put your radio on lower sideband, I'll drop a key on Richie and you can actually see it. You can see it on your scope too, even on AM. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing the mod, the VFR windup. Yeah, I was kind of figured that. Of course, when you told me the other day it was that, splashing the band, whatever it was, that's what that was, the VFR. Yeah, that's what it's the VFR winding up, so you see like 7 or 5 kilohertz, and then you see it goes right to center frequency. I'm a chicken band there.
Yeah, Roger, what's up with your audio, Richard? You sound horrible. Sound like you got a sock on your head.
Chicken band. What is it?
A sock. You know the sock that he uses to make coffee? The same one he uses on his feet?
And with the master plan, I might have started getting on there. Someone stuck a sock in his mouth.
He sounds horrible. Hey, Richard, what's wrong with your audio, man?
Yeah, I said he's very, very low in the tone, muffled, man. Down the pits. Like he's not even there.
I hope that's not the Richie audio that, you know, that's not your reference radio that you want customers to sound like. Shame on you, Richard.
What's my radio like? Audio drive. What the rock people don't. The shock is a little bit. The shock by 29 is that quiet.
Richard, what radio are you using? You sound horrible.
I think you said Cobra 25. Cobra 25. Come, the 6300. You think Richie can do the Mozcat mod for me?
The 7300, could he do it? I doubt it very much. You see what happened? You see what happened to his 2950, which has SMD devices in it. Anything with surface mount devices, Richie destroys. Just ask him to what happened to his 2950. It's in a box. It's still not working.
Yeah, I like the string mod. You know, we gotta get him there maybe for his birthday. We gotta get him one of those cheap fucking Chinese spectrum, the little dongles, you know, the little receiver dongles, so that he can put a gate up like yours. No, man, he needs a set of authentic bamboo skew and tuning sticks.
How about the chopsticks? Just modified chopsticks to make them tuning sticks. And they're cheap. They're free. You go to a Chinese restaurant, pick up a pair.
Thank you, man. Dog. Yeah, the other day CK was playing some video game out there from Richie back in the days when fucking the RDX crew fucking had him on his wits, He was fucking going out of his mind.
Attention.
Oh, he made up some stories, man. He made up a story that that RDX was a biker gang, and that he was going to put them all in jail.
He was saying, yo, CK put up with him. I want to see break my jaw. Nicky Box, though, that was funny, man. Boy, he was losing his voice. He was so damn mad. I don't know. Yeah, that was back in the days, man, when he first came out of Nemesis. And, the Birdman gave him a radio, man. That's when all this shit broke loose. He fucked it up, man. The word got out that he was a fraud. All that duck fucker do is play games any old way. There he goes. There he goes. You can hear his voice. He's starting to crack up. Yeah, right. That was shit, man. That must have been a while ago. That was years ago, man. When he got exposed. And he's still getting exposed. About stuff nobody else knows what the hell they're talking about. But they'll get more to agree with them like they're all perpetrating a fraud. Yeah, man, he had you upset, man. You were yelling. I'm going back. You know, I don't think I noticed, man. Back then, he didn't say he smoked much of an L. I noticed nowadays he says he smokes a lot more, man. That's not good, dog. I know the other day in this video game, he had a pack of Marlboros. He had, half a pack left? He had a few joints in a glass jar. So he's stretching at the end of the month. The man with the master plan is in the back of my car.
Man, he sounds horrible. Yeah, I don't know what he's smoking lately, but Richard, be careful, man. There's bad K2 floating around in circulation. Don't do it. Hey, Richard, stay away from that K2. We don't want to lose you.
Yeah, cut back on the Marlboros, man. Yeah, the Marlboro lights. Ain't nothing new, dude. I do that. Maybe out there on the sidewalk doing belly flops.
Oh shit! Hey, four. Is he gonna do that? A pickup truck. Is he gonna do that dance for us? What's that song he sings? He sings, "Watch it wiggle, see it simmer, smooth and slimy," or is it glimy? Richie Radio's the #1. You know, you hit him up for a quarter. You throw a quarter at him, and he wiggles on the ground like an inchworm.
That's a breakdance, man. Street performance, breakdance.
Oh yeah, but his version of breakdance is the wiggle, do the worm, do the funky worm.
Where he lays on the ground, tries to do the worm. You got me cracking up.
He's like, yeah, dog, check it, dog, watch it wiggle, smooth and slimy. Richie Radio, yeah, dog, hit me with a quarter, dog. Or dog, he'll play slot machine and grab his ankles, drop his pants, and just throw one in the crack. See if you can hit him right in the crack.
Hope I never get this scared of another individual and start doing all this.
We're very scared of you, Richard. We're terrified. Can't you hear it in my voice?
No, I actually hear it when you forgot about your... What is he going to do when he has to pay for YouTube videos on Utica Avenue in my crib in August? That tells me all I need to know.
Just watch his last video, and he's displaying McDonald's, and he clearly states in the last part of the video, I think it's the last 2 minutes into the gate, that that's back in the back of McDonald's. That's where he resided for 6 years. He lived in the back of McDonald's, and he's like, yeah, fix up my apartment. I'll probably be moving back in. So he's hinting to everyone he's going to be homeless within, I don't know when, maybe a month or two. Maybe the landlord will be decent and wait till the summer before she tosses them and his shit out. Richard, man, if that's going to be your new residence, man, I'm going to come visit you, man. I'll bring a pocket full of nickels, man. You're not talking over me, Richard. Forget it, man. You're only talking over me in your own video gate. Everyone hears me over you, dog. So, don't talk when I'm talking. It's futile. Oh, shit. I hear microphone checker. I hear Mr. Brown Hornet out there in the boondocks. Microphone checker. Top of the morning to you. Hey, Brown Hornet, the channel is clear, man, for the second. I heard you.
Be right back.
Hey, Richie, where you going now? You're going to be back. How many times you going to say that, Richard?
On the way in your truck receive in Sparta, New Jersey. At what time this morning? Damn it, boy. All right. Y'all, I got to run upstairs and get some milk, man. Let it wash.
You notice he says he has to go upstairs to get milk? I mean, come on. If you're renting an apartment, shouldn't you have at least your own refrigerator? I mean, they sell those little ones, those little tiny ones that you see college students with in their dorms, little tiny refrigerators. Hey, Richard, you need one of those? I'll buy you one, man. Come on, stop bothering the people above you, man. Let them sleep for the love of God.
This is the MTA Queens Midtown Tunnel. Be aware, as you approach the tunnel,
Put a container of milk outside the door, man, so you don't have to wake up your landlady.
alternate route.
You nasty troll. Microphone checker. Microphone checker. I hear you out there. Hey, Brown Hornet, I hear you. I hear you out there. Hey, Brown Hornet, man, I hear you. Top of the morning.
Hornet, he hears you so well. He keyed up right in the video. You tell her how well he hears you.
Hey, Cracky, when you going to get milk or something, or smoke something, or do something with your socks? Come on, man. Take the sock off your head, because I can't understand you. You sound extremely muffled. I don't know if that's your sock or your boyfriend's sock, but the same sock you use to make your coffee, you put those nasty feet in, is not meant to put over your head, Richard. Shame on you, Richard.
Away?
No one hears you, Cracky, when I'm keying up. It's a waste of time, man. It's a waste of your landlord's electricity. Shame on you, Richard. Shame on you.
The man has no shame. Come on. It's Sasquatch. Just never make a mess. You gotta be ashamed of. You won't be out there like you every day.
Every time you wake up, you make a mess. You soil in your underwears you call diapers.
He could actually enjoy his race.
Richie's wearing diapers, man. He looks like he's like Baby Huey. He has Depends on because he poops himself. He can't hold it in anymore. You know, because of years of getting the shit pushed in. Now it just flows out naturally. Just call him Baby Fester. You imagine a baby Uncle Fester. Holy shit, just the thought of it makes me laugh. Richie with diapers on. I was watching this shit on YouTube. They had these midgets fighting in the ring, man, with diapers. I said, oh shit, that's cracky. I don't know if they're like miniature MMA. I don't know what they were, man, but they were midgets with diapers on, getting down in the ring. I said, oh shit, that'd be a good match for the crackhead. Hey Richard, I would pay to see you in the ring with diapers on, man.
Somebody at least talk to this guy and support him, dude.
Richard, what happened to that milk? You claim you're getting some milk or something?
I guess you don't know how quick I can get up the stairs and back, man. You must think I'm him. Welcome to the weekend.
Yeah, okay, you make it up the stairs quick and back. Like when you're walking down the street huffing and puffing.
The weekend, my order, me and this killer blow, get all down.
Do something with that audio, man. You sound horrible. Richard, it's irritating to my ears, man. Listening to you is muffled and distorted the way you are, Richard. And even on my scope, you look like crap. Do something with that audio. Switch up radios, man.
Trying to get in the Big Apple. Oh, Mr. Taino, what you trouble? No, right here, right now, the one and only 225's official. Oh, yeah. The one and only 225. Say bye, 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 bye.
Where you going, cutting out?
Attention.
That's it, 225. You out of here?
10-4. Gotta get up out of here.
Don't forget to say good night, good morning to Richard. He'll miss you. He misses when someone leaves and don't say anything.
Crying my name on a lot of people's shoulders.
Hey, Brown Hornet, stop making all that noise, Brown Hornet. Hey, Brown Hornet, stop making all that noise.
Hey, Brown Hornet, watch your scope. Your SWR will go down 0.7 more points. Yeah, Eddie, that is laughing at that one. I'll show you my scope on a video when it lowers your SWR. You didn't know?
Look how jealous he is. Hey, why are you clowning Brown Hornet? Hey, Richie, why are you clowning Brown Hornet? I thought he was your friend, man. I can't tell what his SWR is on my scope. Why are you playing the fool, Richard?
To the service. I'll be right back.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go get some milk.
He wants to change his radio, but it definitely sounds a lot better now. Hello, Crazy Eddie. I ain't
Well, his boyfriend just took the sock off his head.
here right now. Come on, Crazy Eddie. TGIF. Morning time, morning wave, Mr. Brown, morning mobile. TGIF, man, no doubt about it. Morning wave, Brown Hornet, TGIF.
As you approach the tunnel, you will encounter an overhead.
Pick him up, put him down, Brown Hornet. You know who?
Hey, Brown Hornet, got you on the scope, Brown Hornet. Hey, Brown Hornet, I got you in the crosshairs.
What's the 20 there, Brown Hornet?
Nobody wants to hear Cracky rebroadcasted, please.
Truck out his mobile over there in Sparta, New Jersey.
Oh, there he goes with his lies. There goes Cracky with his lies. Nobody wants to hear your lies, Cracky.
2.5, 3 miles away. My man was 45 miles away, and there was 5.
There he goes. People hear him in another. Richie, no one cares where you heard. Just go get your milk, sit back, and enjoy the show.
One jealous washwoman homo. He bickers about everything that he eats.
Oh, unbelievable. Now he has the same radio. Hey Eddie, he has the same radio. He still sounds like Muffled City.
Yo, this is too funny. Let me sit back and watch Channel 19 get crazy again. Carry on, boys.
Hey, Richie, I don't know what you did with that radio, man. I hope that's not a customer's radio because it sounds like doo-doo. That radio sounds the way you smell, Richie, like doo-doo.
Too far to walk up and clean, let me know he got close enough to smell me, but didn't tap me on the shoulder. Oh, no.
He's a tap on. Hey, Enforcer, you better give him a tap on the shoulder, man. He's like dying for you to give him a tap on the shoulder. That's what he talks about. That and tap on the shoulders.
Smell me, Eddie.
Yeah, he's obsessed. He would love me to tap him on the shoulder, but you know what? He has to show up first. I would gladly tap him on the shoulder, tap him on the jaw, whatever you fancies, man, but he has to show up at the CVS. How many times am I going to invite that dog? Where was it? Like 3 or 4 times at the Barclay, twice at Utica and Clarkson in front of McDonald's in August, 3 p.m. day after, two days back to back. He didn't show up because he claims he's on summer schedule. You know, he thinks he's living, he's personally living daylight savings time. Then, where else? CVS around 3 or 4 times. Washington Square Park about twice. Come on, man. Yeah, I keep on showing up and he agrees to it and he doesn't show, so I'm not wasting my time. You know, but I am going to visit him when he gets evicted and he's living in back at McDonald's, you know, living out of a shopping cart. I might go visit him and toss him $1 or 2.
In over high condition. Maximum high.
You're going to have to toss him $1 or 2 for YouTube, but he's got to stop paying for it.
Well, we all can make a collection and help him stay on YouTube, but you know what? I'm not going to help him there. Just like I'm not going to help him with his addiction. You know, he's on his own when it comes to that. You're on your own, Richard. You got to earn your money. You got to go out there and hustle. Do what you got to do. Go stroll the avenue, like you said. He wants to go. See, that's, you know, he uses terminologies that hookers use. He wants to cruise the avenue.
It sounded like one day he was about to eat.
And the saints are the same woman, because you know the cops, they share the same dialect. Hot sex dialect, you ain't catch yet.
Richard, who are you talking to? There's no one's hand to hold out here, Richard.
Attention, this is the FCA.
Real work for YouTube. We gotta make him a sign. Back to you, man. You shouted a whole bunch of good about New York City Border Show video game. 500 5000 is NYCMS1 YouTube. That's why. Al blows better than 2 5 below. TGIF. Alright, back here, Brown. Good morning to you, man. Happy Friday and all that good stuff. I'll wave my hand, my little mud duck mobile breaker.
You'll encounter an overhead. Maximum height warning.
Hey, Richard, you want to learn how to use the spectrum scope, Richard? Do you have any idea what the content with that information displays, Richard? You know, it's not just a bunch of lines and jig-jag and zigzag, Richard. It's information, important information, Richard. Look at that scope and scratch your head, Richard.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. 25 below. See, now, I'm on a different radio this morning, so I really can't ask him, but he sounds like a Would you like to show me? Would you like me to show the public and demonstrate?
He's on a different radio because he's tired of getting clowned about his audio. He gets very sensitive about that.
I'll be right back, man. I'm going to step out back and roast the rest of this hour while he tries to figure out what's going to come out of it next.
Go ahead, roast that L, roast your brain. Do what you do, Richard. Go ahead. Go smoke your drugs.
Yeah, man. I like to do it every day.
I don't know, man. Someone who gets up in the morning, the first thing he wants to do is smoke his drugs. I mean, if you don't call out a dope fiend or an addict, I don't know what you call it.
TV Shop text people a fat spliff and a double tablespoon of Maxwell outside right down.
Oh, now you drink this coffee I drink. Stop biting.
Now listen to this comment. Listen to this homo. After you seen the Maxwell House stock cans in my video, what, last year? Clean cut off. power of the video game. I'll be right back. I'm going to step out back to smoke this L while he's trying to smoke my baloney pony.
How many times are you going to step out and smoke his L, go get milk? His junkie's is very repetitive. Richie, no one cares. Go do what you do, man. Smoke your L, blow your lover. Do what you do in the morning.
He put that video channel together for me. He would like me to be a star in it, but I don't talk to the man. I just like let him talk about me while he's trying to make channel like keep right again.
For someone who don't talk about me, you sure as hell respond to every word I say. Just like you comment on every video get I put up. For someone who claims he never watches them, you gotta love it.
Alternate route.
Will work for YouTube.